Bot Rix has successfully joined the channel.
Comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Just didn't find the mark. Definitely saw that coming. Gets a chance with that jumping. Well timed. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. What a touch side there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? That's one huge life lead. Is this going where they think it is? Takes a trip. KO! Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Throws out a projectile. Kills a big gamble and rips on a raw super. Connects with medium. Yo, put that away. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Quick breather. This is the time to use fireball to chip away at an opponent. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? Flash! We're going for the start. Now! Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Who's gonna get it all on a drive rush? They're in range. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. The throw doesn't connect. Lots of distance here. Who's beating who? Were they looking to connect with the last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Dash! Looking to follow up after that card draw. Dash! Super Art, do anything? Hit something, counter. This is going to be huge. More fuel to the fire. Look them up. This could really tip the scales. Hitting it all on the drive rush. From the bottom. This is the forward run. Ooh, what a smart move. A real test of nerve and whiff. They're wide open. Close them. Closes in. Do they have what it takes to steal them? Blocks the low kick. Are you kidding me? That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, talk that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the win. Nice counter. Sneaks in above. Still slugging it out at this range. Jumping 59. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. The super armor does its job. Takes the super armor connect. From up above. Beautiful setup to that top. Taking stock. Still weak. Goes for the super arm. Cooks him with the raging speed. Player 1 ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Get ready. Who's going to start things off? The low doesn't connect. Two will look to apply pressure. Falling Moon on the counter. Will we see a drive impact? This is a turning point. Drive rush to keep it going. Anti-air drops. Barely blocks the jump in. Springs forward with the drive rush. Roses with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Last round. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for the jump in. Smart play to stop the opponent. All the throws connect. Player one can't let this simmer. He got it. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Casey at right. Anti-air in the front. A jump. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? The drive impact doesn't work. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? No! That corner is starting to look scary. Pushes in. That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, watch it. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Flash axe. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Response to the jump is one of their own to drop it. What's the play here? Okay, both fighters are taking a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fighters. Trips them up. Goes for the low kick. Dash! Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Taking stock. Uses the parry. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Right lead opens up. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the landing go and the round. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Gets the jump in. Dashes up. Smoke springs forward with the drive rush. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Oh, right on trigger. Uses the gauge for a super. Uses the gauge for a super. They're not playing around here. Player 2 is not in a good place health-wise. With the super art in play, it's still not over. Avoids getting super critical. What's gonna happen? Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Will we see our fighters hit them with a stopping block? The jump-in is denied. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? Checks with the projectile. No good up high. Going down. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Definitely shuts out the jumper. What are they thinking here? Shows air to air to deny them a chance. Not shy of the grab. Adds on a bit extra for that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Gets the jump in. Waits for the super. Big counter. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They're high on the air. Throws him. What's next? Jump? Great work. Springs forward with a drive rush. Player 1 creates a good corner. both fighters planning something? I don't know why. Player 1 has an empty drive feed. This is a very precarious situation. We have a super art on deck. Expect to see way more pressure here. This may be it. What'll happen here? Player 1 is getting hot. Calm down, right? Jumps up. Drive rush to keep it going. A drive springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 will need to use their meter here wisely. Noticeable life KO! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight!
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for the jump in. This is so scrap's still going. Back into the corner. Blocks the low kick. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning the anti-air in the front. Player 1, excellent read. Turns out. Player 1 with the rhythm, owning that space. Excellent block. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with done dirty. Okay, here we go. Sets up with the jump in. Can they use their drive to stage a comeback? And eats it. Reads the jump in perfectly. The buffet is open. Player 1 can't do anything. It's enough. Player 2 reaches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. Ooh, what a smart blow. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. They were right to be on guard there. Box him with a target. They can stop. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. This is a tough spot. Now pushes back all the way, goes for the super again. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Decides to create some distance to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Checks with a medium kick. Springs forward with the driver. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Oh, easy tech. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 is in a charges forward. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Knockdown and counter for falling move. This is not like that. On the drive rush. Hail Mary spiral DDT. Life lead is there, but still anyone get forward rush. Big drive gauge difference here with little life left. They're in range. We're gonna see a jump in. Player 2 made all the right moves. And this experience is only gonna make them stronger. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 1 will be in the world of hurt as their drive gauge runs out. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Goes for the fireball. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or baby tech hits the big animal and rips out a raw super? That drive impact is blocked. Drive rush. Gets in their face. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. In there! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for the jump in to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Goes with a safe throw with that target. Was hungry for the grab. Will we see a drive hit? Drive rush to keep it going. drive rush. The light lead is there, but still anyone's game. I knew the throw was coming. They decided to take a breather to regroup. Jump! Get ready. Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Close range projectile. Reads the jump in. Perfect. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in.
Final round. Fight!
Start things off with a jump in. Ooh, what a smart throw. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Splash outs. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Full on drive rush to keep it going. Impact. Player 1 is looking at a good situation with turnout. Reads the jump in perfectly. Any throw will whiff at that range. A jump in? Ooh, does him dirty. What now? Player tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Player 1, noticeable light gain. More fuel for the fire. Look them up. Don't take time. Never ever miss a chance to show off the fancy stuff. I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell them what's good. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The low heavy's blocked. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. What's the play here? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Alright. The low heavy hits. Player 1 can't let their drive in. They need to find a way to reset the situation. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Is the super art connect? Oops, they were anticipating that super art. Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in how this match plays out. At this range, many attacks can connect and stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Drive gauge finally recovers. Player 2 can't easily come from the break like that. What a comeback! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Oh, what's this? This is gonna be bad news. Decides to spend the means of the trigger procedure and is looking to put this out of reach. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Take the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Jumping. What'll happen here? Avoid getting stuck in the corner somehow. Swings forward with the drive rush. That final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish things, you gotta take it. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this
Final
round.
Fight!
Open here. They make the most of it. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner throw zone. How long will this offensive assault continue? Crumble from above. Holding him like a big Sunday show with the power bomb. Dangerous range here. Throws him. Oh, nothing stops this man. Oh, drive rush. Ransom. Okay, here we go. Player 1 is in a very good spot. You're hitting him. Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that comeback. Get ready. That's the counter. Gets the jump in. Gets a chance at that jump in. Player 1 is that dangerous burnout. Knockdown. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Gets a big hammer and rips out a raw super. Player 2 chases him. Knockdown. Holds up with the block. So the Spread forward to pressure the opponent. The jump in is denied. Jumps in. Nice counter. Drive rush to keep it going. What's the next move? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 1 has completed their drive beat, but they are still within range to win this round. Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Opts to create space to start. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Knockdown and... Good instinct to spend resources while they have them to tack on more damage. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Jumps up. KO. This is the final round. Let's see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Hit them with a stopping power. Aerial knee smash. Doesn't miss a beat. Shut him down with attack. Awesome attack. Plenty of health. Full gauges. Let's go. Keep playing when it pays off. Player 1. Forward thrust. They've got about half a point. What is this cherry on top? This would really tip the scale. Good break of the drive rush. A jump in high air and a clutch. Genius hit that no escape. A real test of nerve. He wants to smoke it. Drowns him from above. Jump. That's no escape. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time. Bro leaves him wide open. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. From up above, goes to the overdrive. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. The drive rush gets in their face. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. Reads them. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Quick refill. There's the impact. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Goes for the jump in to start. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Projectile to try and change the situation. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Their spacing is so on point. Springs forward with the drive rush. Drive rush to keep it going. Jumps. Keeper on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Player 1 can't use any drive rush. Expect the tempo of the match. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 2 is not in a good place health-wise, but with the super art in play, it's still not over. Hold your breath. Barely blocks the jump in. Finishes with the throw. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. They're in a proverbial downward spiral. There's no end to this battle. Decides to go in with the target combo. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. The throw hits. Now, hold your breath. A little too greedy there. Down to the wire. Punishes that ill-timed attack with the drive. Triggers the super, looking to put this out of reach. Player 2 chases him down. That's some big KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. The jump in is denied. fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. This is the range where things get... Oh, burnout triggered! Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Quick breather. Get ready. Backs away. Not about that BFF right back. They got the meter for a drive impact. What'll happen? Their timing was on point there. That perfect carry may lead to something. Player 1 has baiting them into that. Player 1 is mounting a comeback. What else is up there, Steve? They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Last round, people. Both fighters trying to go all in from this point. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Breaks the block with a throw. Swings forward with a drive rush. Player 2! Drive rush! Throw is denied. What a read! Player 1 with a fight. Oh, the drive rush. Player 1 is there. Player 1 is in burnout. And Samira breaks the seal. Time for shenanigans. Player 2 has the super gauge and throws him from the bar. Okay, here we go. Let the fireballs to continue their hold over their zone. Knocks them out of the air. Right back with the board. Real test of nerve here. The fireball is that range. I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell me what's good. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Oh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Manages to block the jump in attack. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Player 1 is just about out of drive. Perfect air-to-air. On dangerous area. Easy to get tagged at this range. No good up high. Definitely shuts out the jumper. What's the play here? Holds out with the block. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Alright, what's coming up next? The timer is down to half. Okay, creating some space here. The jump in is denied. Player 2 chases him down. Very solid point. Taking stock. What's next? Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. A drive impact could end it all here. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Aerial knee smash. A trade, but they're not winning. Great work. Mike springs forward with the drive rush. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Player 1 can't be Right now plays with their food and goes for the final prison. Once Alice can hold you, you're dust. They must have a game plan here with the critical art on. This is gonna hurt. Knockdown and good decision with that throw. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the and get that throw. Real test of nerves here. They're at range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Player 2 faced a giant and walked away unscathed. What a win! How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Okay, do they trade hits? Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Alright, Player 2 has them legit shaped as a corner. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Box them with a target. It's a big gamble and rips out a raw Player 1 in trouble with no drive. Takes a trip. What else can they get away with? Managing to block the jump in. Who's going to start things off? Shows a medium kick. The jump in catches them. Reads them. Ups the damage on that by opposite springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. A drive could end it all here. And pulled out the combo at just the right time. That was a glimpse on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to that. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Deftly shuts out the gun. Alright. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the ground. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a that slice out is all it took. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Blocks the overhead. The next round is beginning. What's going to happen now? Jumps up. Not shy. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Will we try this? Knockdown and player 2 needs to Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me. They choose to win it back. Let's get right to it. Got their eye on the air. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Parries the attack and uses the target combo to take a chunk of it. Player 1 has used up all of their drive. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Grabs him. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Smart decision there. The chip damage was enough. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jump. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Gets the knockdown, and now nice counter. Springs forward with the drive rush. Long low attack hit. Smart play to stop the opponent. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive recovers. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Jumps in. Not much life difference. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 will have an excellent block. They're trading attacks. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive. Who will set the bait at this range? It's up so low. What now? Player 2 it out. Player 2 made all the right moves. And this experience is only gonna make them stronger. Got some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Big counter. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Alright. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Caught in the crossfire. Alright, what's coming up next? Triggers the super, looking to put this out of reach. Can't keep track of these corner switches. this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Experiencing burnout takes a trip. Player 2 KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until they're driving. Expect a tempo of the match to kick. Player 1 has an empty drive through. This is a very precarious situation. Breaks the block with a throw. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Flash out. Oh, burnout trigger. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Are we getting setting it all on the drive run? Player 2, drive run. The next punch may decide this round. Player 2 faced the giant and walked away unscathed. What a win! We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Drive rush to try and keep up the attack. What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. And they clip each other on the edge. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. All right. Eye on the air. A little too greedy. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. engine gives them the distance. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fire. Looking for a chance. Jumps in. Easy 10. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow it. Springs forward with a drive line. Jumps. Barely blocks the jump in. Come upstairs. Smart play. Drive on to keep going. Player 2 needs to use the front of the corner. It's experiencing burnout. Player 1 just going for the super arc. The super doesn't hit. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advance. Solid anti-air. Impact. Squat. Like leaning for the full nice. Smart decision there. The chip damage was enough. Player 2 made all the right moves. And this experience is only going to make them stronger. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Big low reaching heavy. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Trips them up. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. No good up high. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Taking stock. Frozen. What's next? Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. It's a big gamble and rips out a raw super. In a dire situation, super arc activated. And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Jump. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? Shows a medium kick. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive is made. Attempting to break the stalemate in the fireball. Gutsy play with the grab. A drive impacts the edge. Springs forward with the drive rush. Barely blocks the jump in. Looking for a chance. Big throw. Quick breather. Curls him from above. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Jumps in. Ooh, you never know what's solid anti-air. The drive impact doesn't work. Genius read with that player. Player 2 can't afford mistakes without that drive. Going in. Here comes the corner. What a finish. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. A jump? Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Springs forward with the drive rush. Has just started. It's anyone's game. Gotta be careful. Drive rush to keep going. Quick breather. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Excellent read. A jump in? Side switch. Back to the court. The drive impact doesn't work. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Solid anti-air. This could lead to big damage. Are we going to see a comeback here? Getting in all on the drive rush. Noticeable life lead. Breaks through with a throw. Player 2 made all the right moves. And this experience is only going to make them stronger. Throws it. What's next? Throws a fireball here. Maybe as a simple zoning. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. What are they thinking? Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Good job blocking the jump. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Can't tech the throw. Player 1 makes a good corner on it. Calls them to negate the block. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Surprises them with a drive rush. No more drive gauge. This is a huge chance to make a feat. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for the jump in to start the round. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Manages to block the jump in attack. Okay, creating some space here. Player 2 needs to use the central corner. Real reason springs forward with the drive rush. Smart play with the throw. Sets up with the jump in. Drive rush to keep it going. He turns out. A single hit will do it. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. A jump? Oh my God, what a throw set! Which way you gonna block? Dashes up. Still plenty of time. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Springs forward with the drive rush. Block anti-air. What are they gonna do? Jump! Player 1 with the lead. This is gonna hurt. Looking to follow up after the target combo. Ooh, you never know what can happen. Forward rush. We see him find him back here. Twirls him from above. Okay, getting it all on the drive rush. All the road connects. Critical arc now? Hits him with a critical arc. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win. Both fighters are hurting. What's gonna happen?
My
Grind is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. Throws them. Throws a fireball. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. At this range, that parry may be just the catalyst they need. Goes for the command grab. Knockdown. The throw is escaped. Throws him down. Knockdown. Starts with a jump. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Drive rush. Gets in their face. Their eye on the air.
Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Player 2 chases them down. What a tough side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Alright, what's coming up next? Oh! Drive impact for the win. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Caught in the cross. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Lands the forward throw. Corner pressure springs forward with the drive rush. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins and burnout triggers. Player 1 can build off this lead. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Player 1 has an empty drive gate. This is a very precarious situation. Took him to the corner in a flash. Pokes with a medium kick. Barely blocks the jumping. They are really going at each other. The reads they make now will be key. Springs forward with a drive rush. Will we see a drive in? Uses the gate for a super up. Player 2 will need to anticipate that throw. Impact squashed. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna... No! This is a great ball! What's next? They're using the impact to finish. Player 2 faced a giant and walked...
Sagat.
Another fight is coming your way.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they're trying to do here in the first round. Good command grab. Well-timed command throw there. What is he thinking here? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this point. Drive rush. Gets in their face. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Had the radar up and running. Shoots off a fireball up close. Connects with medium kick. Holds out with the block. Medium kick. They break forward to pressure the opponent. Springs forward with the drive. Gets. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Tiger. They hit each other. Nice counter. Drive rush to keep it going. Tiger knees to the sternum. Player 1 will need to play conservative until they're driving. Both fighters planning something? Reach in the hook. Burnout activates. Player 1 sets up with the jump in. They've got the beater play. Reversal. Finds the target. That was a huge slam. They need to activate. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Take it down to business. The first round starts now. Just goes for it to stop the opponent's flow. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Okay, takes them all the way to the point. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt as their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Oh, easy tech. Break forward to pressure the opponent. Gets a normal hit from the driving line. They're still good. Knockdown. Goes for the super. Heading into the end game now. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Player 1 can't afford mistakes on that drive. They got the meter for a drive. Player 2, too much. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Jumps in. Was looking for that jump in. Drive rush to keep it going. The jump in is denied. Shows the medium kick. Low tiger shot. Grabs and throws him away. Which way you gonna block? Jumps up. What's the next move? Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? Delivers the pain right to the corner. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. You've got to be mindful of reaching. Jumping springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 needs to use the drive rush to keep it going. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to hit in. What'll happen here? Gets him with a Euro. Oh my God, he just choked it up. Amazing. Player 1 reads the jump in perfectly. Any goal with at that range. Player 1 can't use any drive tools. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Battle at home with the Tiger Knee. Who's going to steal this win? Punching tight move with a smart throw. Nothing stops the train. Nice tiger. Both fighters have a connect with the throw. Forward rush. Time to stay pumped hard. Reads the throw in the skate. That throw's gonna take off a throw again. Back through the face. Super hard hit. Excellent reach. Okay. Punish counter sets the pace. Burn out, but they may have a win. No way. No sign of a visible down. Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. Time to go all in. A trail, but they're not worried. Player 2 chases them down. Knockdown. The jump in catches them. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Right. Pressuring the situation with the cover. Great work finding the opening. Right speed opens up. Slowed up a notch and sends them to the corner. It's a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Will we see a drive in? Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Punchy tiger. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Does a good job of pushing back. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Big slow. Blocks the impact. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Tiger Knee to them. Calls out their shot and responds with authority. Knockdown. Their will to the punish counter gives them a great opening to dig in. Are we going to see a comeback here? You've got to be mindful of reach and jumping like this. Burnout activates. This is a bad situation to be in. What's going to happen? Finishes with the blow. Player 2.
Cammy. Here comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Good anti-air. Player 3 is just about out of drive. Takes the chance to hurt him. Knockdown. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Alright, what's coming up next? Nice tech. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Both sides dodging off to form their group. With a super connect. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Can't tech the throw. Check for the medium. Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Oh, what's this? Finishing things off with authority with that big punish counter.
Round 2.
Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get the place. Anything up until now. And you can overdrive cannon spike. Burnout activated. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Knockdown and not much life left, but they're driving in there. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They choose to run it out. Let's get right to it. That was a solid anti-air. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. From both sides. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Parries the attack. Alright, what's coming up next? Life's lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart driving. Knockdown. Ends the round. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. He'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jump in, catch it. Who's going to start things off? From up above. Jump in. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Reads with a cannon spike. Chokes with a medium thing. Barely blocks the jump in. Looking for a chance. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Jump. Big throws. Quick breather. Good decision with that throw. Both sides getting ready. Throw is denied. What a read. Our fighters are out of step. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Reads the jump perfectly. Just go for it. What a finish. Last round, people. Both fighters got to go all in from this one. Open with a jump in. Who will come out on top in this final round? Nice read with the cannon spike. Player 1 needs to use the cut of the corner. Ooh, you never know what can happen. Player 1 is barely hanging on to the last hit try. Oh, here we go. They're in range. We're going to see a jump in, a dash. Medium kick. Jump. The low block. A jump in, cannon. Any throw will win at that range. Player 1 can't even try anymore. With super hard to play, it's really anything goes at this point. The pace quickens after trading hits. A jump. Anti-air in the front. This is so hurt. Both sides getting frozen. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? What's next? Somehow manages to block the landmine, though. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Let's see it with the driving. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You gotta escape from the corner before the pressure pressure builds up. Player 2 with the life lead. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover? The big play does it. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Don't convert the opening impact into a punish count. Gets the visa. Gets the combo. Connect with medium. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Counter. Baits out the attack and gets the punish count. Both fighters planning something? How will they manage their drive game? A drive impact could end it all here. Oh, burnout triggered. Jumps up. Throw miss. Looking for a chance. Doing some quick planning? Player 1. Oh, what's this? Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Let's see what these fighters have up their sleeves out of the gate. Saw that low heavy coming. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Decides to go in with the target combo. Blocks the jump in. Takes a trip. Player 1 has been legit shook in the corner. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Knockdown. Was looking for that jump attack. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Heading into the end game now, getting the answer. Taking stock. Yes. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Rushing attack to start. That's a nice way to get someone's attention. Jumps up. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 needs to use the predator corner. Manages to hit them with a stop and pop. Jumps in. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 1 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. Reach the jump in perfectly. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. This is gonna hurt. Taking chunks. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Using the game for the super. Not playing around here. This might be a cannon. Player 1, huge chance after that. Putting the cherry on top. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. Get your place. Here comes the corner pressure. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Jump in? What are they gonna do? Drives him back, misses. Keeps it out. Going in. Big time win. Only a little bit of drive and life left. I can't believe it.
Cammy
Was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Barely blocks the jump in. Fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Decides to go in with the target combo. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Opts for the throw, trips him up. The super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in how this match plays out. Knockdown. Throws them to negate the block. Takes a trip. chases them with the drive reversal. Order makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage and the throw ends the round. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Takes out the attack and gets the punish. Heats it up with a combo into super. Killer Bee spin catches the advantage. Things are heating up. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Goes in air and takes their turn. Genius read. Blocks the low heavy and quick breather. Jumps up. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Knocked out and walks that off. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a 2KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Drops them from the air. Ooh, what a smart move. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Hits it all on the super. Not shy one bit of power. Up to spin the meter on the shots for the arrow. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. A jump. Back to the court. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Amazing. Wow, reads the counterattack. Burnout. Did they mean to do that? They're dizzy. Will it be the damage or the setup? It's time to play this out. Straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. Good awareness on crossing. Got their eye on the air. Will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The super armor does its job. They are battling it out tooth and nail here, with no one having a clear advantage. Goes for the super. Player 2 turned this right around with that super. Come up good. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. In there. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants. Overdrive cannon spot. Jumps in. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player 1 has the meter, flushes that off and keeps going. Aerial knee smash. A quick breather. Oh, what's this? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Walks across them. Good read. Oh my god, they hooked it up. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Reads the jump and turns in there. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Play it out. The last round. It's now or never. Hopes with a medium kick. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for position. The super hard overdrive cannon. Takes it all on the super. Not shy one bit of power. Player 1 leads the strong super hard incoming. They could have kept this one classified and then straight up nasty. Delta red on top. This might kill. Oh my god, they just hooked it up. Medium kick hits up hard. That corner is starting to look connects with the throw. Okay, here we go. Looking for a hole. Burnout! Do that! Pull that off! Straight up outplayed them! Talk about a David and Goliath situation! Very solid solid corner switch. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Trips him up. Holds out with a block. Big counter. They break forward to pressure the opponent. The jump in 59. Gets the jump in. Drive gauge finally recovers. Blocking that drive attack isn't going to work. Will we see a drive in? One chance here may end this match. No life left. They gotta mind the drive in on super art. And the super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. What's the next move? Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. A critical situation here, going for the super art. Both of them are low on health and are playing very cautiously. Tackle and takes the W. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Are we going to see some fire? Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with the full kill. Player 1 will look to apply pressure. Stop playing with their food and goes for the final crisp. Once Alice can hold you, you're done. Wow, that's some big time damage. Experiencing burnout. Not much life difference. Jumps on that off and keeps going. Going in? What are they gonna do? Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Fight back with the door. Real test of nerves here. Tries to act quickly but quits the attack. Player 1 needs to connect with the throw. Watch out! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Manages to block the jump in. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting it. How did they read that throw? Jumps in. Barely blocks the jump in. Back to them into the super. Number 1 raise the speed. What now? Player 1 needs to take advantage. Sets up with a jump in. Amazing. We see a drive. Can we get it? Raging spear. Looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round.
Cammy
Player 1
wins.
gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that rundown. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Flips the grab. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Very nice. They read their opponent like a pro. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 chases them down. Decides to meet them in the air. Big, low, reaching heavy. They got the meter front. Oh, burnout in there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Aerial knee smash. Solid. The punter counter gives them a great opening here to big hit. Both fighters go for it at this rate. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Will we see a drive impact? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Jumps in. Goes for the jump in. Going in. Perfect parry. Player 1 will look throws him. genius read with that throw escape. Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Light needed. It's gonna leave him rattled. Dangerous range here.